Hello and welcome back to the channel. One of you left this hilarious comment that pretty much sums up what's about to happen. If it makes you feel any better, they're not all as crazy as Thermopylae. Today we're playing War for Throne, where placing the king in the middle of the board wins the game. Checking any king 5 times is the same as a checkmate, and pawns promote to kings on the 4th rank, but these kings play as normal pieces. Kings are worth 3 points, and checkmates are worth 40. My goal is to win 1 game. Let's get started with game number 1. Alright, game number 1. We get the red pieces. Okay, I get to move first. And from my understanding, the first thing you should do is usually just promote to a king. Basically, these guys are going to shoulder the enemy pieces while your main king tries to run towards the middle. So actually placing these kings in the middle of the board doesn't do anything, but using your actual king with 5 lives and putting that in the middle does win the game. So green advances their king. We've been captured over here, and I don't particularly appreciate that, so I'm going to go ahead and take back first, which does give us 3 points on the scoreboard. Blue advances one of their pawns, promotes to a king. Yellow captures over here. I mean, this isn't that different from 4-player chess, but it is much slower from what I can tell. I mean, you're basically promoting the slowest piece in chess into the second slowest piece in chess and using that to fight your way through the enemy pieces to eventually bring, again, one of the slowest pieces in chess towards the middle of the board to win. So this is definitely a lot more war-like, I think you can argue. These are like the infantry just running headfirst into each other while your king tries to make it towards the center. It's really interesting too, because this is, I think, one of the only variants, if not the only variant, that I've ever played at least, where kings can checkmate other kings. For example, if green's king were, I don't know, here, or I guess here would be a better example, he would be getting checkmated by my kings, which is kind of funny. It's also one of the few variants where kings can touch. Okay, I'm kind of waiting for yellow to apply some pressure on green before I take. So I think I'm just going to promote this pawn as well. Oh, it doesn't promote there. I'm going to head towards promoting that pawn. Because you can see green advanced over here, and I'm kind of hoping that those sort of like 2-on-1 tactics that apply in 4-player chess potentially could apply here as well. All right, yellow continues to promote. Green advances one of their kings. What if I take this way? Oh, that's usually not worth it because, okay, well, I've learned that lesson the hard way now. Probably not worth it because I only got 1 point, but green got 3, even though it was basically a fair exchange because both of those pieces would have promoted to a king, which immediately puts me in 2nd place. Okay, let's go with a little bit more of a bulk approach. I'm going to push all the pawns on this side of the board, and once I'm kind of full of kings over here and sort of fully saturated, then I'm going to try to push into the position and clear the way for my own king. Okay, green moves away, which does actually hang this pawn, which is kind of interesting. I was thinking about taking here to invite yellow to capture green's pawn, which would restrict their king from being developed. But it wouldn't be that hard for green to uproot that king, and basically I would have leaned into a fair trade without any clear benefit for myself. So I'm just going to promote to a king and go with my original plan. I'm going to mind my own business for a little bit until I see somebody making an active move towards the center of the board. I mean, you can see yellow picked up that pawn anyways. Until I see somebody make an active move towards the center, I think I'm going to mind my own business. And as I say that, I'm just realizing I can take here. Blue plays whatever, and yellow can take here. And green then has to decide which one of our kings they prefer to take back. Yellow misses the point of the idea, and green just gets to take back. Okay, well, I tried to be creative. Let's just promote to another king. On the bright side, the only thing that happened was a fair trade, but it would be nice to be able to keep my eyes peeled for those sort of double attacking ideas. Okay, they take. I'm going to take back while promoting to a king myself. It looks like the line of sight to the center is actually pretty open. The only concern is that blue has a whole bunch of pieces ready to run into the middle, and so does yellow. Green advances one of their kings. I still think I need a little bit more reinforcement. So I'm going to position my king here in the corner, which will be the entry point. And then I'm going to promote a couple of extra kings as backup before actually leading my king towards the middle, right? Because the biggest concern is that if your king sort of just mad dashes to the center of the board, should it get checked 3 times, or rather 5 times, even sacrificially by other pieces willing to stop you at any costs, getting checked 5 times is enough to get mated. So let's position this king right here in the corner. We're sort of controlling the entryway. Okay, green I think is getting harassed by yellow over there. Let's do that again. I am down to 22 seconds. It is 3-2, so I should get 2 seconds back for every move that I make. So as long as I play relatively quickly, I should be fine. I can even pre-move a little bit because I'm not really like under attack by anybody. I'm gonna pre-move this as well, I think, because odds are green is not going to try to get involved over here considering how many kings I have, and they probably have have bigger concerns with yellow sort of moving in on their position. So I am the first one to move my actual king towards the middle of the board. I just don't know if I'm going to have a follow-up that actually takes me to the center. I'm going to pre-move this promotion as well. I'm trying to gain back a little bit of time since I've been a little bit lax about my time usage thus far. But I'm going to promote over here as well a little bit and try to engage blue on this side of the board. Goggles says, oh my, is that really you? Is it presumptuous to assume that's referring to me? Probably. I'm going to promote here next. One king should be totally fair. Because the other thing is blue has now moved the pawn that defends this square, so there are at least loosely some attacking ideas right here. Let's just continue to advance. Everything is well defended enough. I should be totally okay here. And green isn't really posing a threat on this side of the board. So weirdly enough, even though there's a lot of loose empty space around my actual king, I don't think I'm actually in any danger. Okay, can't I just take this? Green shouldn't be able to attack me, so I'm going to pre-move this capture. Oh, they kind of do in a sense. Luckily this is very well protected, but I might have to be a little more reserved about my pre-moves, just in case I get captured and get caught up pre-moving attacking blue. Okay, blue does take back here, so I should be able to win this king right here. Actually, I'll take it this way so I can bring even more kings into the attack. I've just realized I got so caught up talking about the strategy that I forgot to mention we are the second lowest rated player in this quartet. We have an 18, almost 1900 rated player. Oh, and green is challenging me over here. Okay, so you know what? I'm going to prioritize getting blue on this side, and green can walk away with their spoils of victory. I've fallen victim to my own tactic. And then anyways, talking about the ratings, yellow is rated 1796. So almost 1800. All right, so this sort of double attack continues. Now, okay, he is talking about me. Okay, should green capture, I'm going to take back because then they're getting a little too close to my king, right? And blue can take here and I will take back. I've had my army thinned out rather aggressively, but oh, maybe I can even do like a mad dash in this way. I don't know if that's totally insane. Okay, green advances as well. Oh, what do I do here? 26 seconds. Oh, okay, I think I kind of have to go for it. I have to go for broke. I'm going to say, hey, that's kind of funny. Trademark smiley face. I have to type very fast, and I can't really engage in conversation because I am down to 22 seconds and my entire position is getting completely uprooted. Okay, I'm getting my pawns attacked from behind, which is usually not a good thing, I'd imagine. Green is kind of getting attacked. You'd imagine they're going to trade off to ease the tension, but that could also create a pathway for me into the middle. They say, yeah, I can't believe it. That's really funny. Okay, let's go here. They're also threatening a check, by the way, which is kind of interesting. But again, yellow has now eased off the pressure significantly. They're kind of quarreling over here, and blue is just going pawn hunting. So it might be open sesame for me. Also, I love green's positivity. I love getting messages like that. Genuinely, those make my day. Okay, should I take green takes back and creates another king? Oh goodness. Oh, this might not be as good as I thought it was. Okay, let's go back for a second. 9 seconds on the clock. Green is sort of getting targeted, so as soon as yellow has an actual threat, I'm going to take here. Okay, blue is munching up all of my pawns. You have to kind of respect it. Okay, they do take. Okay, I'm going for it. I'm going for broke. I'm running to the middle. Yeah, blue is still taking my pawns. Blue even could come and defend, but they're too busy taking all of my pawns. And once you make it to the middle of the board, you do collect all of the points of the enemy kings. So there are 3 kings on the board. 40 times 3 would be 120 points. So it doesn't matter that I'm in second, almost third place, right? Okay, I run towards the center. I only have 3 kings to my name, but I'm going to be the first one to the middle of the board, which will win me the game. Absolutely insane under the time pressure, but we do, I think, manage to run away with it. One more sacrificial check for good measure, but we do centralize, and look at that, 120 points straight to the gullet. That is a wonderful way to finish off game number 1. Let me go ahead and say good game in chat. Trademark smiley face. That was really fun. I'm gonna be honest, I like how simple this is. It's a little strange to get the hang of at first, especially with pawns promoting to, kings for crying out loud, but, oh, and Krendivus says not at all. Boo, bad sportsmanship. Goggles says good game. Yeah, Goggles, if you're watching this video, shout out to you for playing this variant at the same time that I did, I guess. All right. I'm enjoying this variant quite a lot, so let's go to move on to game number 2. All right, game number 2, it's almost the same setup, but this time we get a new player for yellow. Okay, red is the person that I think was a little bit mad about how the last game went. and they immediately dive in for the capture. Now again, I don't think taking like this from the get-go is necessarily optimal. It does do one good thing, which is it strips me of one of my kings, or at least future kings. All pawns are future kings, right? It strips me of one of my defensive pieces of my actual king, even though it does temporarily give me a point advantage. Okay, they advance their king. Do I take and allow them to take back and then I have an isolated pawn? I don't think so. I think I want to promote to a king myself as well. All right, so everybody's moving their kings towards the center. We're all kind of in that phase where the first thing we want to do is just make a whole bunch of kings. I also have this maneuver of dropping the king back and out of the way, clears the way for another pawn promotion to yet another king, and reinforces my attack against red, or sort of reinforces my defense, I guess, because I didn't really initiate this attack. Let's go ahead and move back, and yellow advances towards the middle. I have the funny feeling, I think yellow might be under the misconception that if they move that king to the middle, they can win the game. Okay, let's promote to another king. Very, very aggressive sort of setup going on here. It's really interesting too, because I talked about sort of plugging the hole in the last game, but only because my own king wanted to move through there, so I wanted to be sort of the doorman that opens and closes that entryway. But plugging the hole on this side, I'm not sure is terribly sound, since their king would actually want to come in this way. But they're definitely making it very difficult for me to go through there, so if that's the main idea, just stopping me from going through there, that makes a lot of sense. They advance another king. Is there any way I can sort of create some sort of confusing tactics? I guess the best thing I can do is sort of just, I do not want to pre-move. The best thing I can do is sort of just trade off kings and promote even more. Okay, there's stuff going on over here. I'd imagine I want to take that, right? And they do take back. Green advances again. What would be amazing if it is if green gets the bright idea to come over this way and start attacking red right away. Then all of this tension can be punished relatively quickly, because of course they're going to have to defend their king more than they defend this side of the board. Okay, they move the king back. Is this free now? No, right? What's going on here? Very confusing. Takes. Very, very tricky. Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to capture this way and then promote another pawn. Again, it's very much thinning out my defenses, but if I can keep the trades even, then maybe there's the possibility of having no pieces left over on this side of the board, which sounds horrendously insane. But if I don't have pieces here and the opponent, we do a bunch of fair trades and the opponent also doesn't have pieces here, then maybe that achieves the same end of my king being able to go to the middle of the board. I'm not really sure. We'll see how this kind of works out in practical play. That's mostly just theory talk. Okay, yellow is making a very quick advance towards the center of the board. The two players that are most ready to block this advance are green, who has the easy entry, and red, who would have to disconnect and, leave this king kind of loosey-goosey, but also has a direct entryway if it's of interest to block yellow. So I'm not super concerned, I don't think, about stopping yellow from getting in. All right, let's advance another pawn, rather promote it to a king. I'm basically just looking to get trades and then reinforce, and then promote, and then trade, and then reinforce, and so on and so forth. Right, green makes his way towards the center of the board, and red promotes another king. I could also just get a check on this king by advancing this pawn. Takes would give me yet another check. King would move out of the way. Actually, no, it would promote me to a king, so the king couldn't move out of the way. Okay, let's definitely do that. That's check number one. Not to mention, if you manage to get 5 checks on an enemy king, it is the same as checkmate. It is also worth 20 points. Now we'll see if red tries to start taking me over here. They do. They want to stop my attack. Okay, let's take back with this pawn and promote to a king. Oh, and yellow pre-moves, moving the king towards the center of the board. So we're all putting our faith in green to stop yellow from centralizing that king. In the meantime, okay, red goes back. Do I take or do I take here first? I think I take here first and grab another check on that king. Ooh, and they pre-move centralizing the king again. All right, it's up to green to reinforce the center of the board. I don't think this king can move here. I don't think that's on the that's on the table for them. So I think I'm just gonna grab this king as well, just eat up a whole bunch of points. And this shouldn't be a legal move, right? They don't play that, so I don't think it is a legal move for them. And green does a great job of reinforcing that center. All right, red is promoting to even more kings. I have a funny feeling they are looking to checkmate me as soon as possible. There's really no pretty way of defending this, so I guess I'm just going to stack a whole bunch of kings on each other. I'll promote to a couple more kings, I'll bring them back again, and pretty much we just have to hope that green holds off yellow and that just stays how it is. Okay, I'm gonna take here first. I want to get rid of that tension as fast as possible so I don't get bamboozled on this side and on this side at the same time. Okay, yellow promotes another king. It's funny that they don't take back. I'm just realizing as well that should red do something other than capture one of my kings, I can move this king back, trapping the yellow king and allowing green to grab a checkmate, which would put us both at 20 points. Now, is that something that I want? I think it is, because here's the thing. Red is clearly going for me. I mean, it's very obvious that this is their main attacking idea. So what I think I'd like to do is to make green have other options other than stopping yellow. So I'm going to move back. I'm going to trap the yellow king for green to deliver that checkmate. Now, there's two different ways green can go about this. Green could deliver the mate and then run for the center themselves, or they can deliver mate and then go after red. Obviously, I'm hoping the latter happens, but if they run towards the center, then yes, okay, they do grab the checkmate. This is totally fine. Oh, I said each putting us at 20 points when actually it puts them at 41. Okay, that is not what I thought was going to happen. Whoops. Let's promote to another king. I am in second place now, and I definitely kamikaze the situation, but I think desperate times call for desperate measures. Green advances as well, and red is focused on promoting 2 more kings, so I will take on the exact same task. Okay, let's start moving back. I need to gain back some time on the clock as well. I've managed to run down to very little time once again. Okay, let's promote to another king. We're all kind of in this metamorphosis of turning all of our pawns into a cloud of kings. I don't see any reason for my plan to be any different. All right, we'll move. Whoa. Yeah, we'll move back. Is this free? No. It's very hard to calculate all of these interactions. But okay, green is completely consuming the center of the board. I mean, I can try to go after them by myself, but I don't think that's a worthwhile endeavor. Okay, what do we do now? Oh goodness, I'm super low on time as well. Yep, green is making a run for the center of the board. So we'll see what red decides to make of that. I'm hoping that green and red will have some sort of interaction that will allow me to start taking pieces willy-nilly on this side of the board. Okay. Again, if green grabs the middle and claims the victory, I'm comfortably in second place. Okay, red takes over there, so I'm taking something over here for certain. Oh, and green, yeah, green is going for gold here, 100%. So red can take back and win back some points, but I'm grabbing that second place finish, and congratulations to green, very, very well done. I will say, I think I was a little bit targeted there, to be totally honest. But green does grab the victory, which puts us in second place, and we do grab some rating once again. All right, with that, we place in second for game number 2. I'm having a lot of fun with this variant. So let's go ahead and dive into game number 3. Megan says, I love how I can see the calculation. It's quite funny. That's really funny. I'm gonna say, haha, my suspicious ideas are on full display. That's really funny. All right, let's go ahead and dive into the next game. Also, now is probably a good time to mention that I will be leaving the link to all of the variants that I play in this upcoming series in the description. It will be the very first link. So if you want to try them out for yourself, be my guest. I mean, come on in and give it a shot. All right, game number 3. Oh, we have Megan again, a reoccurring viewer in the videos. And we get Kren again with the red pieces, who again starts with the capture. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and take back. And I think it's Megan's first time playing because they have a 1500 rating with a question mark, as well as Dude's first time playing, again, 1500 with a question mark. Now red advances their king again. I think we're gonna walk into the exact same sort of setup. I mean, I think it's going to turn out kind of similar to the last game if red and I sort of just end up engaging the entire time over here. Ooh, I get immediately captured. Okay. I'm going to engage with red more than with Megan because I have more interest in not getting completely shouldered off on this side than I do in saving a point here and there on my left side of the board. Okay, red advances. Now I will take back. This is funny too because when you recapture with pawns in normal chess, you always think about taking towards the center of the board because that's what you want to control. But I think in this game, what you really want to control are the entryways. So you want to capture towards those instead. Megan says first time playing, so I don't really know what to do and what not. I'm gonna say, haha, good luck. I mean, that's one way to learn. Green advances towards the middle of the board. I think green also might be under the impression that centralizing the king wins the game. We'll see what red makes of this. Okay, red goes for the capture, so of course I'm gonna capture red as well. Nice, green takes back, and you'd imagine red will recapture as well. Okay, we'll go ahead and promote to another king. Red pieces come in with probably a very good piece of advice. Just don't try taking too many pieces most of the time, and you should be good. Unless you're applying pressure, then, you know, feel free to take all of those pieces. Okay, let's go ahead and let's advance this pawn first. Then I want to shuffle over the king, promote, and hopefully I can have more control over the entryway than does red. Ooh, okay, green with the spicy pre-move into a free king. So yellow here should have a pretty good grasp of the center center in the upcoming couple of moves. I'll shuffle my king over, and again, I want to have this double promotion to grab control of this entryway. Right, so yellow immediately makes their way towards the center. Oh, they don't recapture the king. Interesting. So green actually also comes in, and now I think the script has been flipped. Now I think green is going to be the one with pretty good central control in just a second, which actually matters quite a lot, because even if I find a clear line of sight towards the center of the board, if there are other kings waiting for you in the middle, the only way to get those out of there is A, clear them yourself with other kings, or B, wait for them to disappear magically, which seems kind of unlikely. Red says, also for the first half of the game, don't try pushing your kings towards the center, as they're pretty useless there in the beginning. They may be. I think having them there in general might not be a terrible idea, at least one. You can probably spare one to control the center a little bit for future, reference, but for the most part, we probably should be playing with the kings over here. Okay, I'm gonna promote this king as well, and I think I do have control of this entryway now. My only concern is seeing a whole bunch of promotions and then getting stampeded down this side of the board where my king could get checkmated. Okay, we get another promotion. I will follow suit. Okay, yet another promotion. Again, we're going through that sort of metamorphosis where everybody promotes to kings and we sort of fully flesh out our armies to their max potential. Right, this king goes back, so I'm assuming that's just to promote another pawn. So I'm going to continue promoting as well. At some point, I'll probably have to consolidate towards this side of the board. But for the time being, I'm not seeing a direct attack towards my pieces. Yeah, they're mostly focused on promoting. Okay, so I'm going to do something similar. I'm going to consolidate this way, which allows me to continue promoting towards the center of the board, but also gives me some sort of defensive resources over here. The most interesting thing is that there isn't really that much tension on the board as things stand. I mean, there's a little bit of tension here between green and yellow, but for the most part, I think everybody's just minding their own business, promoting their kings. Even red and myself aren't even engaging on this front anymore. We're sort of just promoting our own pieces. Okay, red goes this way, targeting green's pieces. So I'm going to imagine that red wants to grab a point advantage of some kind. Ooh, super valuable piece of advice from red, not withholding anything. One last thing, whenever possible, try to do double attacks with your opposing side, in this case me, by attacking at the same time, for example right now. So I'm assuming what they're doing is attacking this way and kind of coercing Megan to do the same on green. I'm going to promote this king. Right, and that's exactly what Megan does, leans into that attack. Okay, green goes towards the middle, destabilizes this king who's now attacked twice and only defended once. And red is going on a capturing spree. Now I could centralize my king, or at least bring it towards that entryway to sort of put red on edge about going on this pawn hunt, but I'm kind of hopeful that green may take back, even though Megan will probably capture that free king. But what I can do is take here, so that Megan has to take back before taking green's king. Oh, but Megan takes anyways. Okay. Oh, and green takes back, which allows red into that back rank, which is pretty much open sesame for the red pieces. Okay, I will continue taking, try to thin out yellow's army a little bit, and maybe what I can do is double promote to two kings and run in for a quick little checkmate. Yeah, because red is going to get an absolutely insane point advantage now by grabbing all of these pawns, and they might even do a sort of duo checkmate, right? If red places their king here first, it's supported by yellow, so would that actually be checkmate? No, I guess yellow would get a chance to take. I'm not really sure. Okay, let's promote to two kings. All right, green promotes to another king. Red continues their rampage of grabbing free pawns, and I misclicked. Oh, that's critical. In these sort of games where every move counts, that was probably a critical mistake, but okay. We do finally grab our extra king. And again, I'm a little concerned for green right now. We'll continue advancing on this side. Yellow goes back, and what happened? Oh, green resigned. Okay, so this is a free king. Ooh, okay, very interesting position. Megan is now in a place where they can bring a whole bunch of kings over and be the first one to capture green's king. So I'm gonna promote, I'm just gonna sort of mind my own business. There's nothing I can do about green's king. It's just way too far away. Oh, and then green gets stalemated. What does that mean for anybody? I have no idea what that did to the points. Okay, let's shuffle our king over. We're going for a sneaky checkmate over here. Yellow comes to the defense of their king. I'm going to promote to another king, and I'm sort of hoping to blitz attack yellow's king. Let's go here next. Could lead to a bunch of trades, which is fine. Sure, we'll go ahead and take back. And then take back once more. Get another promotion, I will do the same. Okay, red's king is coming towards the middle, so we have to be very careful here, and red has pretty good control of the center of the board as well. I have 10 seconds to decide what to do. Okay, I think I'm gonna come fight for the middle. Oh, that might have been the wrong decision. Wait a minute. Well, okay, yellow comes up. Red takes, I'll go ahead and take back. Yellow takes. Ooh, we're definitely letting red run towards the center. Okay, maybe what I can do is run this way. Oh, yeah, red is making it towards the center of the board and grabbing the victory. I think we're grabbing a comfortable second place, but red is definitely taking the win here. Yeah, there's just no way to stop that. Yep, all right, with that, red wins the final game. We do grab second place once more, and I will call it a day there. If you guys did enjoy this video, please consider liking and subscribing. Let me know down below what other crazy variants I should try out. And again, the first link in the description will be a link to this variant if you want to go try it out yourself. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.